Okay, quick look through Tuesdays. End of day closing screens. Not much to see today. I think the Bears fed a bit today. The Bears got to feed today, didn't they? US industrial still correcting. Let's just buzz through these. Very mixed at the moment, these markets. Transports correcting. Industrials correcting. S&P, Nasdaq totally dislocated. Russell down in mean trend. I'd say these are near a mean trend for me. Obviously, DAX. Yeah, it would be very normal to see that. There's three markets haven't corrected. S&P, Nasdaq, and obviously the DAX. FTSE 100 is just in a range here, just chipping up and down, chopping up and down. 250 just in a range here, chopping up and down, has been for April. 6 months. Been going sideways for 6 months. Same for the fully listed small caps and AIM, obviously. You know, we're hoping it can sort of, well, I think we're going to get a reversal and a pop this week on these, but you know, the market doesn't even know I exist. So if I had to put money on it, I'd say it looks a little bit more like some markets want to stay strong, and these will throw swing points. So obviously very quiet in the screens today. I was on the ladder up on the extension roof because water's getting in, because it's a low pitch roof, and all the moss and that what comes off the main roof flows onto the, I think it's just blocking all the tiles, and water's water ingress. So I'm gonna have to go and I think I'm gonna have to change where the drain pipe comes off the main roof. So that was my day. Wet to the skin. Yeah, let's just buzz through these. I've dropped a video just going through the 350. I've just used the old simple 5 and 10 on the 350, and I'm going to use the fully trending on the small caps, because small caps are twice as volatile as large caps. Large caps are twice as choppy as small caps. So, you know, the two things are different, you know. So volatile small caps swinging up and down, say 20, 25, 30%, where large caps tend to swing up and down sort of 10, 15%. But large caps, very efficient, up and down with the market. Small caps, inefficient, you know. They can do their own thing. So for that, you know, I use the longer time frame, don't I? I like a 20 month in the mix. So I'm just gonna buzz through these screens fast, and then I'm gonna jump onto that, and I'll do this. I've set it up, and then I went down a share scope rabbit hole because for some reason it wasn't giving me another layout, so I've got to use an old layout. I don't know if I've just hit a limit or something, or they've started limiting things. But yeah, I couldn't add another layout, so I had to use my GTRS layout. So that's set up. Let's just buzz through these screens. We're not going to see much today because, you know, everything was just in drift mode, wasn't it? Oh, let's just quickly have a look at a couple of other things. Bitcoin, new high on the move. TLT, look at the dollar bull. Gold, just chopping around. Yeah, there's hardly any direction out there at the moment. Let's quickly see what gapped up today. Say quickly when ShareScope's ready. DAR. Don't know anything about this one. I'm going to bring it over. Let me just juggle some screens at my end. Cheers, James. Juggle some screens just to check I was actually online. DAR. Yeah, don't know anything about it. Obviously news based, but or pump based. PA. Lots of choppy stocks. 6 month closing highs. Let's fly through these, see what's in there. Highs on the move for SRB. Elco. So working on a trail point. Into mean trend, back to highs, trail. I mean, this one, we talked about it at the time, could be a little bit of an aggressive one there because it could have done that and then gone reverse vol into mean trend, back to highs. I would trail it on my, my methodology is to trail that. Position for my methodology would have been built around this area here. So close above and open above it and trade above it. Always check these stocks have actually closed there and it's not just a phantom close. I'm just running the end of day screens here. Go and have a look at the prices. Check they've actually traded those levels. Yeah, this RPI's gone straight to highs, which is good news for Pete. And it deserves when I've really got to buy another computer soon. RPI. Holding out because I don't know how I'm going to have to set my share pad up when it comes to that. So that's why I'm trying to hold out, because loading a brand new PC and then finding out that I can't use share pad over multiple monitors, which I know I can't. The feature's just useless, so it could be a case of going just for one big screen for me. So I'm hanging in there. Swing points and my browsing PC is just absolutely useless. It's just I use it for running an eBay screener all day, and every morning it crashes and something's basically wrong with it somewhere, unfixable. Could just bring the laptop in. So TT deserves, yeah, it could be going sideways forever in a day, and it's got some gas in the tank. Not a lot, but it's got some, It nearly hits that turns green once it goes 30. Just zoom this out again. We've got lines going all the way back to 2012 on this one. Keep it super simple. And if you look at sort of WATR as well, it's got similar kind of action you see on that. But yeah, I mean, it's not that exciting on its growth, is it? It's just kind of expected to break out to new highs as I look at it now. But it's really hard to get. I always say this, but it has trended okay in the past. It's really hard to get too excited about chemical stocks, and it will always be the way. E-cell. This is kind of like an outsider. You can probably draw a new line in the sand there now. This was the last one, wasn't it? I'll just return to growth, wasn't it? This one, E-cell. Punch that one in. Oh no, it was. Let me look at the numbers there. Just to tick back up. PPG. Let's fly through these other ones. There's hardly anything to look at today. Moonpig did it. Swing point today. Let's put that one in. Yeah, it's the old classic, isn't it? What these high in the sky little bases. Yeah, I always say if you're going in for a trend, you've got to give them the room they need. But breakout, another base breakout there. This one's actually nice and orderly, and is it an opportunity? I don't know. Just having a look at it. Why did it have such a bad time on its earnings? I don't know. Throw it in the watch list. I'll have a read of it. I'm presuming that's going to be it. What was in the end of day? Just E-cell a bit. Elco, sorry. Elco, let's have a look. Yeah, it's that trail point on Elco. So let's jump into one I made earlier. Tomorrow I'm going to go on Conker's is sort of one he records. I don't know if he does it live or not. I think he records it. Can't remember. The one I went on last year, he's asked me to go on it again. I haven't prepared anything, and I think he mentioned just, if I can be bothered to do anything, just so I could run through the markets or something. Can't remember. But I haven't got anything prepared, so So that, I think he records it at 6 o'clock. I'm not sure if it's live or not, but so I'm going to miss the the live screening. So I think what I'll do is I'll actually try and just do a fast video before I go online with Conkers. Right, what I've done here is I've just basically got trending 5 stacked, not stacked, but trending 5, 10, and 20 months. So that's kind of 100 day, 200 day, 400 day. In the small, anything what's not 350. So it's basically, that means fully listed small caps, fledgling, AIM, which is ordered by AIM 100 and then AIM all share. And then there's a load of foreign ones at the bottom, what are really hard to screen out. But there's no fundamental screen on this. I've excluded all investment trusts. So, and this is everything in the market, what's trending, fully trending in the small cap space on those time frames, so meaningful time frames. So 112, it's not many. It's quite a strict screen. If I relaxed it and got rid of the shorter term time frame, it would allow a few more to go through. Another 174, so another 62 or something. That would be, they would all be in correction bull, which is, pretty standard, and it's not a bad area. The GTRS picks those up anyway. But I'm just going to go through the full bull ones. I can relax it later. Have a look at the other ones. In fact, that's what I'll do. I'll do it in 2 parts. So, fully listed small caps. Let's just buzz down these. Just, do I do it in order of... Yeah, now I'm like, I wish I could do this in order of growth and just do it by one market at a time, but no, I'll just go through them and just I'll put all averages up so you can see that they're all trending. And then I'll just flip it and we'll look at the top 10, say what I've got growth. So I'll just go through them. Fully listed small caps. You can see some 350 stocks what have dropped down into here. On the beach fully. I always thought it was a 250 stock. Maybe it used to be. Gym Group. Okay. CER. LIX. EQRS. Obviously still making the screen. RP. Griffin. Sideways forever and a day. I mean, you'll end up looking at that and it looks like a great baseline. And it does look like the averages are sorting themselves out. I mean, ignore the stock I'm talking about, but this is truth. When it comes to trend, people get so confused in what's an uptrend and what's a downtrend. Well, over 20 months, this stock is rising. Over 10 months, this stock is rising. Over 5 months, this stock is rising. You know, what more do you want? You know, is the trend up or down? In this stock, the trend is up on all three of those time frames. Pick your lane, you know. People do get very tied in knots with this sort of stuff. They start drawing lines on charts to decide whether things are up or down. All you need to do is the average rising or not? And the other thing, I'll just go real back to basics here, is people always go, it's closed below its, it's closed below its 50-day, or it's closed below its, is it rising or is it falling? That's the trend. Yes, close below, open above, whatever, is close above, is a way of adjusting people use, but I think where people get it wrong is they think that because someone says it closed below the 50-day, that means that stock's now in a downtrend. And it doesn't mean that. It just means for the way they manage their risk and their trades, they adjust on that. That's what they're running, that's their adjustment, My adjustment is when it breaks trend. And just think of it the same way. It's absolutely meaningless to where the stock's going. It's meaningful to your own sort of methodology. So is it rising? Yeah. Every best entry will be found on a pullback under the 200-day in a good trend. Those deeper pullbacks, the strongest stocks don't do deep pullbacks, but when you look at a chart and you go, I wish I'd bought then, it's always something what will fly in the face of those who say it's under the 200-day, it's now bearish. That's not how it works. Is it rising or is it falling over, to judge whether the trend's up or down? It's, simple, back to basics. What are moving averages for? To tell you, give you that information. So yeah, let's just keep flying through these, and we know these stocks very well. AMP, it's having a down day today, but yeah, come on. It's just gone up 28%. Beaks, yeah, it's having a down day today, but yeah, come on. CLBS, another one, it's CNC, another one. Down days today, it's 4 of my sort of favourite stocks having down days today. Favourites. GE, real thin numbers on this if you look at it. 0.1 to 0.2 to 0.3 with the turnover 3, 2.9, 3.5. IGP, yeah, the forward numbers have dropped off, haven't they? But I think for me, just know what your exit is. It's gone into a dip in growth, hasn't it? Journeo, moving swiftly on, still in uptrends. MTL having a day today after that swing point yesterday. Oh, it hardly moved, did it? Hardly moved. Mickelmersh, we kind of got, what we got here was we've got this reverse vol base in the mix here. And you know, I kind of see it. The forward numbers are dropping off again. I mean, it makes bricks, doesn't it? It's hard to get too excited, but I'll punch it in, but it won't even light the screen up. What else have we got? I'm doing this exercise just because, you know, with the stocks, what are kind of we're focused in. I'm just going through just to, you know, I know people go on a bit of a grail hunt when they tread in water and basically grinding it out like we are currently. They go on a bit of a grail hunt, and you know, I just basically go through these and go, oh, are there any new stocks what we don't know about yet? You know, no, we know all these good stocks. You know, they've been focused stocks for us forever and a day, and they're still, you know, I know some of them have dropped by the wayside, which they always will. You know, they all will at some point. They all run out of steam at some point, but even time's just still holding up there, isn't it? TRT just very quiet at the moment, that one. I think did Matt mention this one? It's basically expected to post growth, real super thin numbers. So obviously, micro cap, medium float, but a line in the sand. You know, do your own research and all that, but it's going to be really easy to define that one, isn't it? Gamma just going sideways, chopping around. It's quite high on the list still, isn't it, Gamma? Victoria Plumbing, a bit of a deeper pullback there. First kind of, well, just a shallow pullback back to the baseline. Real nice clean back test of that 100 there, isn't it? And then off it went on its little journey. And no swing point yet. I'll punch that one in as well. You know, even though we can't call these GTRS stocks, I do like the lower price ones around the 50 to £1.50 zone, because you can get some good multiples out of those. They start to climb their way up the GTRS. Oh, I'm into those foreign ones. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to do a little bit of a switcheroo of the and put some correction bull ones in. These now are going to be just falling on the shorter period. So, you know, basically fully bullish uptrend, but just a correction bull. Not fully, obviously. We're going to just see the ones what are just in deeper pullbacks or longer term sideways action. There isn't going to be that many, is there? Let me just quickly have a look how many we're going to see. About 62 we're going to see here, so we'll just have a look through these. And then I'll do another switcheroo, and I'll just turn the 20-month off. TPFG. I've got a position on this. I bought a pullback on this one up here, and it's still in the game. I put a half position on the family portfolio. SUP, War Paint. AOM. I have a position in this as well. Yeah, choppy forever and a day, isn't it? GMR. Gear for music. I ordered a guitar hanger for the vinyl room, and 2 months. I ordered it over a month ago, and it's 2 months I have to wait for it. 29th of December, it said. MPAC. So we looked at this one the other day, didn't we? I'll just punch it in again when the spreadsheet comes alive. Okay. So yeah, we've got this big channel in pullback back to highs, and we've got a first retrace on that, haven't we? I think if it was a 50p stock, I'd have a nibble at something like that and just drop it on the margin account. But, what? SBSY. Not seeing Gore actually. What was that in the main market now? It is, isn't it? Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, I drew a line in the sand up there, and it just drifted off again, didn't it? It's SRC here. I mean, volume came in an interesting area. It's just deep pullback. Well, you know, deep pullback is like 14% off high. So it's not in percent terms. It's just because it's such a low beta kind of area that it looks like a deep pullback. But obviously an area where you'd expect to see the buyers come in. VLX, choppy, just choppy action on that one. Electrical components. I'm just going to hit the Gore chart because it's not moved into the 350 now. 250, yeah. Yeah, we did see it earlier, didn't we? Right, I'll just do another switcheroo. If anyone wants to look at anything or anyone wants to sort of request anything, ask a question, fire it out. I'm just going to go back to bullish on the 5, the 10, and I'll just go. So these are going to be emerging as in the 5 and the 10 are up. So not those real early emerging ones, what's just up on the 5. That's what I use for my day-to-day screens. This is asking for the 10 month, 100, the 200 day, sorry, to be up as well. This one here. So let me just do the same again and see how many this one brings up. It brings up 60, I think. So let's just fly through these. That's how choppy it is these days. And I'll just say this for the newbies out there. You know, this is one of the stocks of the past. One of the, this and ARM, when ARM was listed on the in the UK, and ARM went boom or bust. ARM was basically like watching Bitcoin. It went boom or bust a few times. So, you know, this is the poster child for orderly trends as well. These are all really big trending moves. Good for your back testing. I've used it in the site. OXB there, trying to turn up. Obviously, we you know, some of you took it here, didn't you? And added. It still came in and working out good though. I mean, that's getting on for 100% move out of that base a bit. PSDE returned to profit by looks, so expected to post pre-tax profit. Expected to post turnover. TET's in there, isn't it? ANX tick down in the forward numbers, so it won't really do anything on the GTRS. Lose less scenario on AAZ. FRG, total POS, as we mentioned on the base break. It's just it says general mining on ShareScope. You'd have to dig into it, but you're just playing the metals price with a bit of beta, aren't you? Whatever it is. That's as far as I got. Raw screening. The last 15 or so. Yeah, so, you know, going through there, we haven't really seen anything new. I mean, TET's kind of, it's been there forever and a day, hasn't it? Basing out. This TUN, not seen that in some time either. But we drew a line in the sand on this one as well, and we gave, complete POS stock, non-ferrous metals, so whatever that means, tungsten. Yeah, you just taking a trade on the back of the metals price there with beta, which is great when they all start working. So yeah, got bid on. That's what's in there. We know all those stocks. We're not missing anything. There's not another pocket of the market what's really hot. That's what's holding up. That is it. There's no more stocks. We've gone through emerging bull, we've gone through full bull, and we've gone through correction bull. That is what's in play. That's basically, those stocks are the ones what are rising, is what I'm trying to say. Not looking at bounces in downtrends, and it's only a small pocket, but it all, you only trade so many stocks, so it doesn't really matter that much. Another thing I'll just say as well, because most of the time the markets are a grind. It's just day to day. This is how the markets are. In those periods where everything works, we had a really good swing period not long ago, and they're still doing okay. There's the last batch of swings what went through, but we had a really good swing period, and then you get periods where everything's on. Small caps are on, even micro caps are working, and that's the kind of market what people try and time for, and you can't time for it. By the time you've missed everything. You've just got to exist in the markets, doing with your feet going 10 to the dozen, focusing on the floaty stocks, just managing your portfolio. And you can't, there is, I've been sat in front of these screens for a long time now, full time, a long time. The last time I clocked out of a job was in 2008, I think it was, and travelling in between, but every day in front of the screens. And I'll tell you what, I'm a pretty good market sort of reader, but you don't, those periods are just where the market takes your portfolio and it gifts you a nice period. You've got to be able to do it in the year we've had. I know we're having a pretty good year. We're grinding out some good gains, aren't we? But that's just jam on top, whatever you want to call it. It's jam on top when you get that kind of market where I know where to look for that kind of market, but it still doesn't guarantee it. As we say, we were screaming from the rooftops, weren't we? I just remember here we were screaming from the rooftops, saying back in 2016, we were like, the markets have just gone to all-time highs. This pullback is a buyable pullback. Focus on the best stocks. And we were screaming from the rooftops. And, we know the markets have just done that again. But the UK markets are still lagging, aren't they? For whatever reason you wanna whatever headline you want to pin on that, but it is what it is. But yeah, there's always an excuse. But I mean, this was an absolute horrible market here, and it went back to highs, and here this was another one. This was really good for me. 2012 was I mean, 2007 was the last time I was. We got out of the markets just right at the top of before the GFC, and I went away to Australia for a year, and I was toes in the water and getting nibbled a bit around here, right on the lows, and was back in the markets. I went, around here, and then this was the horrible period for me. And then that, I've never worried about volatility again after this little period here. I mean, look at that. But I had all this. Nothing has changed in the way I look at the markets. Is what I'm trying to get across here. Nothing has changed. I had all my averages. My time frames. I had that set in stone already, and they all turned up here. And this first pullback here, it was all doom and gloom, and it went back to highs. But there wasn't that many stocks set up because this had beaten stocks up so much. But this one here, this pullback here, there was a lot of stocks what sorted themselves up out on this last push to the new highs here, new 52-week highs, I say. This little area here was a really good hunting ground, It all just started to fire off, and the wall of worry just, unwound from that time. So yeah, it's always the same. It always will be. Soggy UK markets going sideways. We're grinding it out, and I'm fully invested, bar the money what should be in my account, still in cash. But so I've got no free cash in my. I've got no free cash for adding or anything in my account, so I have to sell something to add something else. But the family account's only around 50% invested still, because I've got to free up heat, and I have my margin account which I've been using. So I'll either end up with more cash, or or the markets will lift, and I'm trying to just look at the dates here, where we are now, and we're on how many trading days have we got left? So we've got this week. I presume we're a half day Monday, I expect. Or is it a half day Tuesday? Christmas Eve? I don't know, can't remember. And then it will be we got 1, 2. Got about 3 more trading days after Christmas. Would that be right? Not many, is it? So we're definitely going to be heading into that thin to win market, I think. I'm just hanging in here, and I'm just chatting on because I can see Paul's typing, so I'm just waiting for it to drop before I wrap it up. I don't want to cut him off. Here we go. Thought for the night. It's easy enough to pick the good camels for the race, but as the camel jockey, it's imperative you finish the race, whatever the position. Yeah, that's the psychological bit. Should I still be riding this camel? Camels are renowned for being a little bit temperamental. But yeah, we know the camels what are in the race, don't we? It's really obvious. New ones will join. Some will fall, like the Grand National. Some will fall at the next hurdle. But it's just going through those stocks is just a good reset. It's easy to think you're looking at the wrong. We're looking at the right ones. That's all there is to look at. If money's going to flow into the market, it's going to flow into the best stocks, what have a reason to go up, and they're going to be more obvious than you think. You don't have to come out with some mystical valuation formula or they're going to be really easy to spot. As W7 and AT was really easy to spot back when the market was coming out of that bear market. They were just refusing to go down, and they had gas in the tank, and that's why they turned out to be huge winners. So yeah, I'll leave it there. So I'll see how I get on tomorrow. I'll try and do a fast video, and I'm running around like a crazy horsefly at the moment, buzzing around like a crazy horsefly, just trying to get all these house jobs and that. I'm thinking my operation could be February or even the end of January. I hope it is. That will be just perfect for me. They reckon I'll be out in 5 days, and I know I'll be able to sit at the computer and do my thing. Cheers, Mike. Cheers, all. I'll leave it there.